Hello everyone, in this lecture we are just going to generate PWM signals of required frequency and duty cycle using the timer module of STM32F446RE microcontroller with the help of STM-CubeMX. Let's get started. So as we discussed in the last few lectures of timer, output compare, input capture and interrupt mode of timers, we know that the timer 2 module of STM32F446RE microcontroller is having 4 different GPIO pins for channel 1. They are PA0, PA5, PA15 and PB8. So I have explained this about a lot in the previous few lectures. So this is the data fetched from the datasheet of the microcontroller. Datasheet link is provided in the description of this video. And we know the onboard LED available in my Nucleo F446RE development board is connected to PA5 pin of my microcontroller. So I'm just going to use this PA5 pin as the timer to channel 1 for generating PWM signals. Initially we just want to set the frequency of the timer for running the timer, right? So that can be set by the formula prescaler output is equal to timer clock by prescaler plus 1. We know the timer clock is nothing but the 16 megahertz and the prescaler output that we require is, I just want my timer to run at 1 megahertz. So I am giving 10 to the power 6 here and the timer clock is 16 into 10 to the power 6, and we know that the only unknown parameter is prescaler over here in this formula. So we can find the prescaler to be 15. So if I load the value of 15 in the prescaler, my timer 2 will be operating at a frequency of 1 megahertz. As the frequency is 1 megahertz, the time period for one tick of the timer or the time taken for one count of the timer 2 is 1 by 1 megahertz, that is nothing but 1 microsecond. So for reaching 1 millisecond, we need to have a count period of 1000, right? So 1000 microseconds is nothing but 1 millisecond. So we will be loading the period value of the timer to be 1000. So the timer starts from 0 and it will count till 1000. After reaching 1000, it rolls back to 0 and this process continues in timer. That is, it will be starting from 1 microsecond and it will count till 1 millisecond, and after 1 millisecond again it will drop to 0 and it will start counting up. So this is the process of timer as we studied as of now, and these are the configurations that we need to do for configuring the PWM wave. So I am setting the prescaler 15 for running the timer at 1 megahertz, and I am setting the count period to be 1000 for setting the timer period to be 1 millisecond, and I am going to configure the timer to channel 1 in PWM generation mode. And we are just going to use the compare register also in this PWM mode. That is, this compare register is often used in the PWM mode for setting the duty cycle of the PWM signals. Initially when the timer starts, the output compare pin or the PWM channel will be made high, and when the compare match happens between the timer count value and the compare register value, then the output compare pin or the PWM generation pin will be made 0. It will remain in 0 for remaining period of time, that is until 1000. So in this way you can vary the duty cycle of the PWM signal, that is according to the value given in the compare register, but make sure the compare register value should be between the timer count period value, that is it should be between 0 to 1000. So here you can see the time period for the wave is 1 millisecond and the PWM generator is 1 kilohertz with a 50% duty cycle. So if you want to vary the duty cycle, you can give a different value in the compare register. So as you can see, I have given 100 over here. So as the timer starts, the output compare PWM pin will be made high, and when it reaches 100, it will be toggling its state from high to low, and it will remain in off state for the rest of the timer period value until 1000. So this process continues, and here the time period is same 1 millisecond and the frequency is also 1 kilohertz, but the duty cycle is changed to 10%. So in this way we are just going to generate PWM signals using our microcontroller timer to channel 1. So just open the CubeMX and select the microcontroller STM32F446RE and double click on this microcontroller to select the microcontroller. So now, as I said, as I am using the LED connected pin in my development board, that is PA5 as the timer channel, click on the PA5 and select timer to channel 1. So that we have configured the PA5 as timer to channel 1, and click on this timers tab and select timer 2. Now select the clock source as internal clock and channel 1 to be PWM generation channel 1. So now you need not change the clock configuration, you just leave it to be 16 over here, and as we discussed, we are just going to set the prescaler to be 15, period to be 1000. So I am setting the prescaler to be 15 for running the timer at 1 MHz and the period to be 1000 for setting the period to be 1 millisecond for the PWM wave. And here you can see another option called PWM generation channel. Here you just want to give a particular value. This is the compare register value. As I said, this is the duty cycle value. Here I am just going to give a 50% duty cycle, that is nothing but 500, which is a 50% duty cycle. So here you can see another option named clock polarity. So this clock polarity is nothing but an option given for swapping the on time and off time of the PWM wave. That is, if you set the clock polarity to be high, this corresponding value from the start of the timer to the compare match will be taken as T on time, and rest of the time period will be taken as T of time. And if you set the clock polarity to be low, this starting sequence, that is from timer count 0 to compare register match, will be taken as off time, rest of the period will be taken as on time. So for inverting that you can use this, but I am not going to do that. I am choosing the high, and that's it. Now give a name for your project. Go to the projects tab, PWM, select the IDE to be MDK ARM v5, click on the generate code button for generating the code. Open folder, code has been generated. Open the MDK ARM and open the Keel file. Open the main.c. Now the logic that I am going to write is simple. First I am just going to start the timer. So that can be done by function called hall underscore tim underscore pwm underscore start, and you just want to pass the handle variable ampersand of htm2 that will be declared above the main function by the CubeMX. And secondly, you just want to pass the channel number tim channel 1. That's it. You have started the timer in PWM mode, and inside the while of 1, what I am going to do is I am just going to write a logic for varying the duty cycle of the PWM wave from 10% to 100%, and again I am just going to repeat the process so that the LED that is available in my development board will be varying its brightness from minimum to maximum, and the process continues. So that can be done by, I am just going to declare a variable duty cycle. So I am declaring it right over here. I am declaring it above main uint 16 underscore t duty cycle equal to duty cycle plus 100, and I am going to write one condition: if duty cycle equal to 1000, then make the duty cycle value to be 100. So that's it. And after that I'm writing a small delay, delay of 500. So I'm giving a half second delay over here, and here I just want to write a line for varying the duty cycle of the PWM wave. So that is nothing but use the same variable htstim2 dot instance, and you just want to select, give a pointer, and you just want to select the channel number. So CCR1, as we are using the channel 1, you just want to choose the CCR1, and if you are using any other different channels 2, 3 or 4, you just want to select that accordingly. And here I will pass the duty cycle variable. That's it. You can see for every half second this duty cycle value will be incremented by 100, and when it reaches 1000 again it will be made 100. So the LED that is available in my development board will be varying its brightness because of the variation in duty cycle of the PWM wave. So I'm building this code. You can see the compilation is done with 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now connect your Nucleo development board to the PC through USB cable, and then click on this button for uploading the flash to your microcontroller. Now that the flash has been successfully uploaded to your microcontroller, now for running the program in my microcontroller, I just want to reset the Nucleo board. I'm pressing the reset button, and you can see my onboard LED LD2 in my Nucleo development board is varying its brightness based on the duty cycle of the PWM wave. That is, it is varying its brightness from minimum to maximum, that is from 10% to maximum 100%, and then it is continuing the same process. See you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching. See you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.